like thousands of others across the country. It's a place to go if you want to be seen, and to a lot of folks, it's the information center of the neighborhood.
Give everybody the strength and ability to do what they do best, and that's make people laugh.
Everybody want to be famous! Nobody want to put the work in.
Our job is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish.
My name is A.M.O.N. Say what you want, just spell my name right. Want to welcome you to the Corner Convo. We got the internet's #1 hater, AB in the building. And today, man, we kicking things off with my guy, my associate, my friend, Brother Crim, okay?
Yo,
Brother E.
what's up,
Crim,
y'all?
okay?
What's up, y'all?
Let's be clear, man.
Clap it up, clap it
Absolutely. I like the term activist. I like the term activator. I like the term teacher.
Yeah.
I like the term influencer.
I'll take all that.
I'll take
all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Call him what you may.
Keep going.
I like the term historian.
There you go.
Yeah. Hype it up.
Call him a lot of things, but always call him important. Call
You
him
know what I'm
necessary.
saying? And just make sure is Mr. Ernest Crim
Mister.
the third.
The third.
You know what I mean?
Mr. Ernest Crim III,
third.
Emmy-nominated educator.
Come on now.
Hate crime survivor. A truth teller. A Black history warrior.
Come on now.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Warrior.
You see what I'm doing out here?
Because we ain't just teaching it.
No.
We out here
Yes.
on the warrior mindset.
we at war. Let's be clear.
No, straight up. That's
Talk
real.
about
We
it.
are at war,
That's
man.
real. Talk
And,
about it.
Before we get started, I just want to say thank you, man, for all the work that you do enlightening people on what's really true and dispelling a lot of untruths.
Thank you.
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And really showing a different side of history, a side that we like to call the truth.
Yeah, something that should already be known and understood, man. I'm grateful, bro. I'm grateful that people want to listen. I wake up sometimes, bro, just in disbelief that millions of people want to hear what I'm talking about the same stuff that I was teaching in the classroom to 30 kids at a time, man. So it's always humbling.
Do you know how difficult it is to get people to want to pay attention to history, period?
Bro, like when you ask kids the subject, like the subject they like, most times it's gonna be, if they ain't saying PE or lunch, it's gonna
What's
be
wrong with them?
right. It's gonna be the antithesis of history. It ain't gonna be nothing near that. It's gonna be kids like math more than history, bro. And I thought that was always the thing we hated.
I like math. I was a math guy.
I hate math.
I was a math guy. It came very easy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is, though, man, our kids understand this regardless of background. They understand when they're in the history class, bro, they're being conditioned. They being told stories. They ain't being told facts. They being taught about these people as if they were comic book heroes as opposed to people.
Marvel
And that's
DC.
what we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why we try to come in and just provide their real, bro. And to me, it's like a renaissance of educators doing this type of work, man. And I think it proves just how necessary it is today.
All right. So besides the fact that, you my guy and you just say, let's pull up, you got something going on. What's going on in this book?
Yeah. Oh, so look, when we first got up, man, I had, at that point in time, I was self-published. It was Black History Saved My Life. What's the name of the book that I came out? Your boy got signed, okay? Your boy got clap it up, man. Your boy
Absolutely.
got signed. I always tell people the difference between this book and the first one is essentially I'm on a label. Like, and I give you
Which means what?
I give you the comparison.
Okay.
So
Raping you records.
no. Hey, but check it out. I'm on the indie though. I'm on the indie.
Okay,
I'm on the
I
indie.
respect
records.
I'm on bro. So when they was back in the day, like, man, I'm getting $7 an hour. Like I'm on something similar to that
Come on
in
now.
terms of now I didn't get in advance, so that was understood, but I get all my money direct from the payment, the book sale. So what happened essentially was I put it out. The platform grew, of course, and a publisher in Florida, Mango Publishing, reached out.
I like mangoes.
And, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we got about a year ago. And after we signed, and I will say this, when I signed, I made sure for everybody out there, you get your lawyers involved. No matter how good it sounds and looks, get the,
Hey, man.
you know what I'm saying?
Even
Like,
for a book signing, you need
even
you
for
need
a book
an
signing, bro,
attorney.
because I'm not trying to be, I got too much integrity for that, so it sounded good. And I said, look, for the first book, let's just do a re-release, because next year, as of this year, it's 5 years since I put it out.
Come on
So, I added some more chapters to it. I took out some of the stuff that was a little too extra. They edited it, added a new cover, and that was How Black History Can Save Your Life. So it's essentially the second edition. And
this right here is.
Yeah, right here.
Let the people see it, bro. There you go.
Right here, man. You know, show y'all cop that right there.
How Black history can save your life.
It's link in bio.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Link in bio, basically.
He just told us that when that contract came, he read that shit word for word. He's not the type of guy that press agree at the end.
I didn't read it. I paid somebody.
Man.
I paid somebody.
All right, you go, man.
Because other than that, I'm clicking all the other agreements. You know what I'm saying? But for that one, no, I paid somebody to get that done, man. But it's essentially, it's about how to use this information proactively. I'm big on, I don't want you to just know facts. I want you to understand how we can use this to create justice now and for the future.
So it's like an album and a re-release with the deluxe.
But you know, so
you
gotta tell them in a second, bro.
so like Ludacris, right? Who was from the area essentially,
Chicagoland area.
You know what I'm saying? He came out with Incognito, right?
Right.
And then he signed to Def Jam. He put out Back for the first time. And you notice whenever you came across these rappers around that 2000 era, you were like, oh, they had an indie album first. You check out the indie, you find out half the album was the same stuff that's on the new album. So that's essentially what it is. So when I first released this book in 2020, man, I didn't have a platform like this. I had probably 5,000 followers.
It's doing COVID too.
Matter of fact, I released it 3 weeks before COVID popped off. 3 months before Black Lives Matter popped off on that level. So I had to add some more about that. And I wrote the new edition up until the night of the election. So I even have some updates on how I felt about that.
Yeah. So we have to add writer. I should have said this from the beginning.
Oh yeah, published author. Yeah,
published author. There's a difference.
Two books.
Come
on now.
I mean, talk your shit. Now here's a question. You know what I'm saying? You know, I be on bullshit.
Yeah,
stay on bullshit.
How much of ChatGPT wrote that for you? Is that fresh off the mind?
No, that's on. Hey, no, it's real, bro. Okay. I wrote it, and I think this is important because I think when people, so I get a lot of followers every day, every week. People come into my space thinking I'm just a guy holding the phone. And I think it's always important. I let people know, bro, I was in the classroom for 12 years.
And I'm in these streets now.
Bro, I was a social worker for a year, bro. Like I was really doing that. I was an organizer in the class, a mentor. So I started writing this book, bro, 2017, a few months after I dealt with the hate crime as a way to kind of cope with it. I don't knock nobody that uses that because ChatGPT is a great resource. Like summarizing things, organizing things and stuff like that. That's dope. But in terms of writing a whole book, I couldn't do that. And it didn't exist then.
Right.
But I wouldn't do that because it's my story. Now, in terms of edited or something, I don't know, ChatGPT could probably do something like that too, but we got editors for that. So
if in your contract, since we're speaking about ChatGPT, if in your contract, your label say, hey man, we need more work, more production, the bag will get bigger, the bag will multiply vastly, you know what I'm saying? That would not be a thing or app you would let help you put out more product because it's in demand?
Not a book. I think there's a time and place for ChatGPT. I'll use it. I'll use AI sometime, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of writing, because for this, to me, let me show y'all the book again.
Yeah.
That's my story, bro. So I've given ChatGPT commands, but I couldn't say, write my story, my life. And it came from a place of trauma, a place of ambition and self-determination, a place of wanting to seek justice. I couldn't, I give you the compare. I mean, when you write it, you're gonna use spell check. That's the extent. There is some type of assistance, but I couldn't do that because I take too much pride in what I create with that. Because it's a time and place for it. You can look up different ideas for things. You can give ChatGPT. I've said ChatGPT, this is what I want to do this week. Organize that for me so I can get it done in an efficient manner. That's you know what I'm saying? ChatGPT, anniversary coming up. Give me some ideas.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't show this before my anniversary. But birthday plan, you know what I'm saying? I hope that if you an artist, you want to add, you can maybe say, give me some ideas of what I can.
They let you spin it.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But I'm scared though, because bro, we know in college, we got kids writing whole papers. It's crazy, bro.
Shout out to y'all.
Cheat on, bro.
Let us say the system cheats you, right?
Yeah.
I got out the game in 2022. We ain't had this. That's crazy how much stuff changed, bro, in 3 years, right? We gonna have how many rappers using that now, man? I'm worried.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. And this wasn't even on the Run the Show, but since we're in this Chat GPT space and this AI space and this conversation, where y'all at with Timbaland signing his first AI artist and an AI label. Like I'm conflicted. Because there was a back and forth with him. My man, the engineer, what's his name?
Mike Will.
No.
I'm just throwing everything out of Kurt Cobain.
he Jay-Z guy. I can't think his name. Guru.
Okay,
right. And a couple other guys. And Guru was basically saying like, no, you're taking the human element out of it. And Timbaland was like, no, I'm using it as a tool. But
you signed an artist.
You signed an artist. Like this is an avatar, right? So how does that?
And it's a little Asian girl.
How does that? What does that look like?
That's deep. I didn't even think about that component.
Yeah.
Like as somebody who's black, and he came up off of our music, is I wanted to believe that I didn't fully understand it. So I was reading because it's a page I follow on Instagram called I think it's I Still Love Her. It's a
I do.
Yeah, she posted it and he was in the comments. He was in the comments defending it, making it seem like it was just like an asset. But so the issue is with this, it's a such thing as adapting to the times, and it's a such thing as ushering it in too fast. And one of our big, so we're gonna have this conversation right about what do we produce. You can't take our art from us, our creativity.
They try.
That can't, and they are trying, right? Because what they do is even with the Asian artists, K-pop, they do the 90s R&B vibe, the boy, you know what I'm saying?
Get y'all ass out here.
Lines around the corner for that shit too.
Man, shoot, even reclaiming country with Beyonce, now they made a new category because they ain't like the fact that she won the Grammys added a new category. I think we got to be careful with that, man, because if we start to use art in that way and it's co-signed by folks like him with such a pedigree, that gets rid of us because we're the writers, we're the performers. We ain't got the ownership we should have, but we have pushed this industry to where it is, the most popular genre in the world.
Somebody got to tell Tim that it's not it, mate. He did it, put it out there, and thought that this was it. Nah, this ain't gonna do it, fam. Yeah. But what do you expect from the motherfucker that sold Versus?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing surprised me now. You had something that saved motherfuckers during COVID.
Bro.
Entertainment, you had people tuning in, was it every Friday? Tuning in like, man, ain't sure to go home. Me and the guys from the Versus, it's a rap versus this week. Or you can stay because it's R&B versus this week, you know what I'm saying?
And we still missed that. Like that was a moment, bro.
It was.
And I think, so I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but Timbaland was doing something, I think it's weekly, I'm not sure, but he was having a bunch of unsigned art, or not unsigned, but like,
they
was playing their music.
He was making moves.
On Twitch. He was on Twitch and YouTube.
Up. Right, so it was ain't no good, bro.
So it's like all these indie artists that people might not know across the world. There was some folks I follow on a low-key level I saw on there. I was like, dang, is Tim gonna maybe sign them? Then he come out with this. It almost kind of sounded like he was looking for a sound, and then he put it into the chat and came out with what
all of them is her.
It's a definite cheat code, but I did see a video where a battle rapper, I can't think of his name right now, was battling AI. And he was killing the AI, but the AI was holding his own. But at the end of the day, he ended up winning.
This man is crazy, dog.
The AI had crazy bars.
Hey, do y'all know how many
AI should win?
How many videos we see on IG or TikTok that's AI now?
Yes.
Can y'all tell the difference? It's tough.
Oh no, yes. Like even like they got the news stories now.
Yep.
I can tell a little bit, like it's like some of it a little too polished, but it quick glance. I'll be having to tell my parents a lot of times, like, because they'll be sharing, like, no, that's not real. Especially TikTok just let anything fly. So
man, but imagine, everything evolves. So imagine how good it's gonna get.
Right.
We're gonna know what's what. I can't wait to use that shit. I think about it.
Well, let's transition to a segment I want to call Bars and Bears. All right. This is a Chi-Town showdown, real quick. I'd like to know who's on your Mount Rushmore of Chicago rappers. Now, everybody pick 4, and let's see where y'all stand at.
So we in Chicago, so this might not like, because I was on a podcast and I was trying to tell people like Kanye got a special place. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of everything that we seeing, and I think too in terms of how we judge artists, we gotta like segment some of they periods in time.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean,
that's fair.
Because bro, I was about to graduate from high school when Kanye put out College Dropout, and I remember like I was getting ready to go to U of I and everything. He changed my whole perspective on just what it even meant to get an education. Like, because the idea is you get this degree. We were taught that in this era. Everything's straight. Yep. But it's like, no, I got to get something outside of that actually means something. So I say that to say Kanye got to be up there. And if we talking about straight bars, he wouldn't be. But like just in terms of the full art.
Mount Rushmore, Chicago rappers.
So like we talking about spitting.
That was a lot of words, man.
Yeah,
For one pick.
Give me 4.
Okay, so I mean, Common gonna be up there. Twista. I mean, these two raised me before I even got to Kanye. Hey, 4. I'm a.
You want to take a break?
I'm gonna throw Lupe up in there.
I ain't mad at that.
Man, you say 4 though, because I feel like I'm gonna be forgetting people. I'm gonna throw in a wild card that I know a lot of folks ain't even hip to. I'm gonna put in Vakil.
Okay.
Yeah. Do y'all know who that is?
Yeah, I'm
Want me to spell it?
Okay.
Say it again.
V-A.
No, want me to spell it. I'm gonna get it right.
Oh, go ahead. Go. Oh, good.
Brow.
Oh.
V-A. Chief, thanks for helping me. V-A-K-E-E-L.
I-L-L.
I ain't want to give him the murder say though, man. Damn. I tried to say the name though, man.
I ain't heard the name in a while. That's
You know
a
what
good
I'm talking about?
call.
I think Moment Records or like OG. Like,
oh, really?
Super lyrical. I mean, I came across him when I was in my like, I want to listen to all backpack rap type phase. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry to hear that.
Who you got, Bossy?
Well, originally I was one day just thinking about what artists of Chicago, no matter what it was, what artists in my lifetime or that I've heard my parents playing or whatever would be Chicago's Mount Rushmore of artists, you know what I'm saying? And initially it was like Buddy Guy for the blues. It was like R. Kelly for the R&B. Sorry if y'all to cancel him. It was Kanye West because he ushered in the soul beats and just led kids down whatever path, you know, he was going, which was good at the time. And it was Twista. But then it changed to rap. So of course, you know, the names, they probably should be the same. I got Chief Keef if people don't agree with it because drill is goated. It's goated now. You have other states trying to take what the hell we did, you know what I'm saying, get paid off. Y'all can't do it like us.
Come on,
New
New York.
Chicago shit, they tried, didn't they? And yeah, y'all can kill, but you know, y'all can't drill. It's different. I got Kanye for the backpack. I got Twista for the double time. I forgot my last person already, bro.
I'm with y'all, right? So I had Ye, I got beats, album, and fashion, right? Those were my metrics for Kanye. Twista, legend. He never switched up on us. He's respected, right? And bar for bar, he'll definitely kill you if necessary. I've heard him rap with East Coast, down south, Midwest, right? And still do him and hold his own. Obviously, then I put Chief Keef on that as much as it pains me to say that. But when you start an entire genre, a subgenre of hip hop,
make it popular,
and that everybody now copies, you know.
Brother was in high school.
Yeah.
Bro, I was teaching at an alternative school down the street from where he was at, like at that time. Bro, a legend.
Yeah, and then, you know, I think this fourth one is hard. I put Common there, but I think it's kind of interchangeable.
I'm fighting it, bro.
Well, hold on. So now that's 2 against 1. What's up with Common, man?
Nothing, man. But I think
you too old school.
No, man. First of all, B is one of my favorite rap albums ever. I'll get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? So I could never hate that.
They come to disrespect.
It's just that. What sets him apart or makes him so Chicago though? Because is this? We have a subculture of backpack. We do. You know what I'm saying? But what is Chicago known for? Is it known for backpack? It ain't. When you think of drill, you think of Chicago. When you think of soul beats, you think Chicago. You think of the speed rap, you think Chicago. When you think of backpack rap, I don't think the world thinks of Chicago. Not what Chicago thinks of Chicago. The world thinks of Chicago.
You done, man?
No. Look, I might just be getting started though.
Hold on. Now, backpack. That label came after he was spitting. So like
what? So he started this? What you saying?
No. I'm saying that really kind of came, I think, from some East Coast type stuff they was labeling. Common was in the early 90s doing this. I wouldn't even label it backpack, man. I would just say he speaks to those of us who like to read a lot of books.
There you go. Definitely ain't me there. I got him as a thought leader, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying,
and then with the television, I think a lot of rappers aspire to be that because that's
television.
Yeah, he did television, movies.
The movies?
Yeah.
Name me some good movies Common been in.
Whether he's good in it or
Name me
not.
some good motherfucking movies.
Let's not go there.
Come on, dog. Just right was just wrong. You know what I'm saying? Hey, John, I've never seen a more stiff fighting scene in my life than Keanu and Common,
This is a Common appreciation podcast episode.
This is black music, man. You're not doing that, man.
But for the longest time, a lot of people like me that weren't in the rap, like you were involved in the rap scene, you know, y'all in the world famous hype man on stage, get down for. We do all this shit, man. Very well known for a long time. Into the rap, Mr. Crim, into the rap. I was moving around. I didn't know Common was from Chicago, bro.
I thought
he was from New York.
I've heard that before.
That's my thing. It's not a personal shot at him either, though.
Yeah. Well, I think because when he came up, there was no mass Chicago movement, so he did attach himself to a lot of East Coast people. Matter of fact, his most recent album with Pete Rock.
Is that cheating?
No, that's not cheating.
Psycho Drama didn't leave. Didn't leave.
To your point.
Do it out and leave Chicago.
No. Respect, but to your point, he was trying to find an upward. You can be Chicago, but you got to understand there was no like type of industry here for you to really blow up. Where did Kanye blow up? New York.
You got to leave.
Like, but he still kept it, even with Common, a lot of his stuff was based here, like the videos, the corner.
That's true.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
The people, the songs and things like that. So I think he still kept our stories there. And to me, he spoke to that South, again, the South Sider in me, and also too, like my family went to the same church he went to. And also,
hey, man.
I think he just speaks to the diversity of thought we have in Chicago. Just everything you said is true, but that group of thought and people also exist in the city.
I'll leave it here. I think what we differentiate is I'm 47.
Okay. 37.
I got how many years on you?
10.
I think that's the problem right there, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm going back to
you closer to his age, though, right?
Damn.
That's not even a shot. And my man was holding his own against the whole West Coast, bro. Like,
but see,
for somebody who
now that's some Chicago shit.
No, but what does Chicago hate the West Coast, bro? That was the East Coast hating the West Coast.
They came at him.
Ice Cube. Well, I used to love Ice Cube. Made a response to that.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
He kind of threw a little subtle.
Wasn't no Chicago rappers even fighting for West or East. That's what made me think, he from New York or something, bro. He hate the West Coast rap, But yeah, we go there. But staying in Chicago, though, man, there are discussions of who this town belongs to. You got your Cubs fans, Sox fans like myself. Sit this one out, Nobody respects us.
Yeah, yes.
Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks have some rabid fan bases. All right. First, I'm going to ask y'all this question. Is Chicago a baseball town, a football town, or a basketball town?
Ooh. I was Bears, bro. That's not even my number one. I'm Bulls. It's Bulls and Cubs, then Bears for me. But yeah.
I would say this is a baseball town.
A baseball town?
Because no matter how bad the Sox and Cubs have been for their lifetime, they sell out. The people still show up. You gotta take the Sox
out of that.
Yeah, man.
I was giving away tickets for $1.
Yeah. 20 of them bitches. Yeah. Me and gang all in there.
Whatever they had to do. But so I said baseball town, though. But
I think it's definitely a football town.
Okay.
I think it's a football town. So that being said, we have 2 historic teams in Chicago. I know the Cubs won the World Series. That fluky shit, cool.
Come on,
don't do that,
man. Come y'all stadium suck. Y'all parking suck.
We back there again this year, bro. Come on.
Y'all think so?
Oh, yeah.
I would wager that. I would wager a free book on that. A free book on that one right there, though. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got the 95-96 Bulls, 72-10 joint versus the undefeated Chicago Bears. Which team is the best? And tell me why.
I wasn't even alive. I just hear... Like, that's what my dad was always reminiscing. I ain't trying to. You old niggas. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like, I just know all the legends. I know all the names. I just seen the commercial, the little song, you know what I'm saying they had. But I was there. I was in the city. I was outside when the Bulls won. Or I was literally outside and having to run back in because your parents let you know people gonna be shooting. Jordan was just like, and I think it means more because of what the Warriors didn't do. 73-9, and they lied, as my man Cuffs will say online. Like, you can't be better than that team to me, period.
Interesting.
Well, if you go, I was twofold on this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got 2 arguments, but I'm gonna go against the grain.
Stupid. Both of them stupid, though, just so you
yeah,
know.
Maybe.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I just want to hate real quick.
That's cool. That's what you do.
All right.
I'm gonna lean on the side of the Bears. Right? This is the most dominant defense that NFL has ever seen.
Talk to
them. When you talk about cultural impact, they were a movement. The Super Bowl shuffle.
Come on now.
Right? They ushered in some cool shit before social media, right? And everybody knew the words. Like, I think that shit might have went platinum.
Low key. Corny song too, bro.
Super corny, right?
But they all have blue blockers on too.
They didn't just win, they made you afraid. I mean, the Bulls dominated with grace, but the Bears dominated with fear. When you talk about that defensive line, Singletary and middle linebacker.
Dave Dawson, Richard Dent, Steve McMichael. Come on, dog.
Talk your talk.
Dog, they had it. They had it, bro.
Even if you ask legends
Gary
from that
Fensick.
time.
Only white shit they knew at the time. My fault.
No, if you ask legends that played at that time against them, they'll tell you that wasn't sport. That was survival.
They was out for blood.
Yes.
They was out for
right?
blood.
And we haven't seen that since.
Okay.
You know, again,
I will
Chicago Bears.
concede
Bears.
that it's more difficult to repeat in football, but
It's hard, yeah.
the Bulls, I mean, like 6, 72 and 10, rock stars. Like I mean, that was a moment in terms of a singular moment, yeah. And I think I'm probably thinking of it as a whole decade. They could have really been 74-8. They had a couple games down the stretch, bro, but like 1 point to some trash teams.
I'm happy
at
they
the
lost.
time.
I'm happy that happened too.
That's wild, bro. What is this?
I'm glad the Warriors went 73-9, bro.
What side are you on?
It's easily the Bears, bro. It's easily the Bears, no contest. You know why? Because you always say, in any football argument, any discussion, any debate, you always say the 85 Bears. Sometimes, a lot of times, especially now more than ever, them 6 rings are relegated to Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan only. You'll never say 6 rings for Scotty. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They got a 6-piece. And y'all, Bulls fans so delusional. Y'all really think that these Mods could have won 8 in a row? Nobody's ever doing that.
Come on, man. Stop.
Ever doing that,
Come
bro.
on, man.
And Kanye was going to work Bill Cartwright and Bill
What?
Woodson. Hell yeah.
Come on,
now, you can argue anybody else. Anybody else,
He
you know
was
what I'm
going
saying?
to work them, but not the team.
40, 20, and 20 a game on Bill and Bill.
With an L.
The Rocks would have repeated though. You had Clyde for Mike. You had Vernon and Kenny Smith for the slow ass Bulls backcourt. Now, if you're gonna be honest, Johnny Paxson, he's my favorite Bull for a long time. No bullshit.
Straight up?
So
Paxson?
yep. Because you're short, you don't know what the fuck you watching. He was shooting the ball.
Threes and
he was there in the game. He would come up on one side of the court, run the baseline, and bring the ball back out. What all these little guards do now? They all do that shit.
Yeah.
He didn't know he was gonna get popped. Steve Nash made it famous. And B.J. Armstrong was super slow.
Armstrong.
He's gonna kill him, bro. But it's easy to Bears, man. I mean, who shows up in 0-degree weather to watch their team play? The Bulls got to push their inside. The Cubs don't really play when it's cold. You know what I'm saying? These might be out there freezing their ass off to watch the Bears. And they crying right now because I hope the Bears do go to, what's it, Schaumburg? What's the Bears?
No, Arlington.
Oh, please leave.
That's crazy.
Please leave, bro.
Why you want that to happen,
Look
man?
here, man. Until Chicago get together on one accord, they don't deserve no blessings, bro. Get it together, man. They don't. Until Chicago support Chicago, bro, they don't deserve that, man.
Don't deserve no blessing. That's wild to take that lead right. No, it's really the stadium is really bogus. So that's one of the biggest reasons.
Yeah.
I'm just not even on some like new statistical stuff. Like they added some 9th century type architecture with some futuristic spaceship shit. That's wild.
Before we leave Chicago, I gotta know, because this podcast is for Chicago, by Chicago. You know, we like to highlight our tastemakers, our influencers, our movers and shakers. You know what I mean? And kind of work our way out. And since we been heavy in Chicago, random as fuck, what was like your top 10, top 5, top 3 snacks as a shorty that you had to have?
Growing up? That's interesting. Go ahead, bro.
Man, I'll be telling my kids about this. They don't have the same experience. Like, we used to go to far south side, 127th. It was
crazy.
Yeah.
Dangerous out there,
bro. Like walk that. No,
I'm fucking with you.
No, but for real, So you went out there, so you went outside over there. Jesus. It's all relative. That was my experience. So I don't know nothing else. The 90s was crazy though. But going up to that Walgreens, I would get the frosted honey bun.
On 127th and Vernon?
And Halston. 127th and
Halston, okay, my bad.
Yeah. It's like a Dollar General now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The frosted honey bun.
What year that shit closed? Do you remember?
Man, I would say sometime in the early 2000s.
I remember that shit, bro. Yeah. Well, I remember that shit, dog. And you know what? I gotta get that part of the South Side a lot of love.
You gotta
for
get
different
some
reasons,
respect, bro. I see you on something else.
No, for real though, man. A lot of love, man.
It's right by that cemetery.
Yeah.
But so the frosted honey bun, but you got to take it to the crib and put it in the microwave for a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, you black.
And then my next 2 spots, honestly, that's gonna be the Flamin' Hots with cheese. Like,
talk to him.
That's actually 1 and 2. Then the frosted honey bun.
1 and 2.
And honorable mention for the cookies and cream joint. I'm going 5 now. The Chicago Flamin' Hots. Was it Vintners or whatever?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The real Flamin' Hots.
The real Flamin' Hots that left a permanent red on your face.
Y'all thought Takis was hot? Them joints right there.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna let you guys cook. You know, I was in the affluent neighborhood of Roscoe Village. Not a lot of hood over there. Sorry.
Miscreants. Get the scraps.
But pause, I did like a pickle.
Oh, Lord have mercy. How you go from that to that? Oh, stay up in Roscoe Village, bro. Stay up there.
Yo, hey, low key, I forgot about those. I wouldn't have mentioned it, but
I didn't want to, but for show purposes, you know what I mean? It had to happen.
You embarrassing us, man.
I was bad. I recant my statement.
They up in Roscoe. You doing up there?
Right.
Type shit.
you told us everything we need to know.
Go ahead, miscreant number 2.
I tell you what though, them choke you to death and super donuts that CPS put everybody on, bro. They start selling them in gas stations and corner stores and mom and pop stores. That's one of them. I always hated them, but sometimes all I could afford to steal was close to the door. Or whatever, for real. So I took those. All them Farrah Pan candies, the lemon heads, the Johnny Apple Seeds, the cherry clans, even the nasty ass jawbreakers, you know what I'm saying? Yep. I would definitely steal those too. The icy cup and snowball stands, dog. I couldn't wait for someone to hit to hit that lick, bro. I could not wait for that. Dorito, another iteration of your Flaming Hot and cheese, the Doritos, the ground beef and cheese. That's a staple with the pepper. It's been around forever.
Yeah.
And this wasn't my snack, but it's along the lines of what he's saying. I realized that if I meet a young lady and she's not a throat goat, I know what snack she did not have growing up.
Talk about it.
The pickle with the wine candy or peppermint in it. That taught a lot of you young ladies, young ladies how to get down. So when I meet y'all and y'all ain't right, I know what y'all didn't have. So that's got to be on the wall. An honorable mention for Chicago snacks on the other states. See, they did that in. But shout out to that I can't even say it. Nope. Nope. Won't get me. Shout out to the pickle though.
Hey man, content over everything,
Shout out
man.
to the pickle.
You know what I'm saying? You know, look, we was ranked on 34 on Spotify for a reason. Yeah, I mean, kind of is what it is.
There you go.
Hey, look.
That's some fast shit we just did though.
Huh?
That's some big back. Big back started a long time ago, huh?
No, straight up. You took me back. And then, imagine being like a full content creator back then. Though. Like, bro, we need to bring. We ain't got no creators that be doing the hood spots. So not from my knowledge, man. Everybody doing the.
There was a story that I saw, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, and I thought it was very, very interesting. It's in the space of NIL. Young lady that plays softball. Her name is NiJaree Canady. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it.
Say it 3 times, bro.
Nope. 22-year-old African American. She played at Stanford softball. She had like a 0.67 ERA, right?
I thought you were going to say GPA, bro. I'm looking like, what?
Yeah,
Is she still playing?
What? She transferred to Texas Tech. And she
Oil State
made history, got a groundbreaking NIL deal for basically $1.1 million.
Good for her.
And the crazy part is that this money came from a billionaire oil tycoon. And it brings up the conversation about, they're trying to cap NIL, right? But you can't, this is more like money under the table. Like I can give you whatever, right? Because he runs this particular program at Texas Tech. And there are plenty of other boosters and investors at bigger schools that can do this. They also bagged one of the top receivers, I believe, for Texas Tech, right?
He was so skinny. Yeah, come on.
But first of all, shout out to her. I think that's dope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't watch girls softball, and if they do, they watch it for not baseball purposes.
Sure, they have a thick leg.
It's a lot of ass on that field.
But
$1 million to pitch.
She can't even get that. Is there a pro? I'm assuming there's a pro softball league.
I haven't heard one.
But you ain't, it might be a part-time type thing, being real, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what you said, yeah.
Yeah, like it might be some league you could play in, but you ain't gonna make enough to probably survive, right? Because that's how the WNBA was for a while. They was starting off making 40, 50 or whatever.
Trash.
That's why a lot of these folks want to stay
because
if you, especially for women, you can make more, and you might not even go pro because you only got 13 spots, 2 rounds. Second round, everybody getting cut. So 13 spots, they're gonna pay you 70. But you going in whatever conference you in, you like an Angel Reese type level, you might get 700,000.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Hey, more power to her, more respect to her. And I saw the story that you shared with me too, man. And the dude who gave back, I think that's what's up too. My question though, too, is in hindsight is, I wonder, and this is somebody, of course, I'm real political with stuff. I just wonder what those bags come attached with too.
Come on,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you in college, you also raising your level of consciousness. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. College students usually feel more free to speak on things. And I'm wondering what that's going to do to the black athlete and their ability to even just to want to say things. Because you're talking about an oil tycoon. I don't know him. But what that mean if she say something, wear a shirt?
I mean, so to your point, that's like Nike getting in with AAU teams, right? So they influence them early. So if they make it to the league, I know 9 times out of 10 you're gonna sign with Nike.
You're gonna rock with it.
Because you've been influenced by me, right? I gave you money, I gave you shoes. It's an excellent point. Does that hurt the black athlete?
No,
I say no. I say thank y'all. Yeah. Thank y'all for this NIL, because for far too long and way too many times, you see these cats come from anywhere, any hood, any urban community, make us a D1, do what they do, not be able to go overseas, CBA done, not make it to the G League, don't go pro, and now they got nothing else in the workforce. Now at least you can get paid a portion of what you're worth from the university that made so many millions off you, man. Good job. Get ahead of the game. It's about time some of us get a chance to not leave college with a debt. Straight, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't never me, suckers. But some people had to leave with a debt, man. Now it's a way against that, and I'm happy. NIL is making more black millionaires than Jay-Z and whoever, Tyler Perry. Bro. You know what I'm saying? It's making more young black millionaires. Now, I think the next step is to have somebody, Ernest Crim III, Ernest Crim III, you know what I'm saying? Change the whole, he's acting like you try to change the whole name. EC. Get out of here, man. Don't forget that, bro. Try to change the man's name on the show. In front of thousands and thousands of viewers. Somebody with influence like Ernest here, or what's the brother's name? 2 dudes that talk about money all the time. I forgot the name.
EYL.
There you go. Earn your leisure, man. Getting these players ears, bro, and teach them how to use that money. Use their bread to make more money. And then gain generational wealth. Something like that, dog. And that's the argument with reparations too, though. People say, well, don't just give them the money, teach them what to do with it. Fuck y'all. Give them the money.
Yeah, we can figure it out as we go.
Man, later.
We can figure it out as we go.
Give them the money, bro.
Yeah, I'm with it, man, because like it's crazy to think about how it's shifted in the past 4 or 5 years. You got kids, bro, they graduate from high school, they go to freshman year making more than the teachers they just graduated. That's wild. Like
you ain't gonna be shit. I'll make more than you.
Exactly. and I think so it's twofold. To me, it lowers the threshold to say, well, look, I ain't got to go pro. Let me just go in here in college D1, get the bag, and I can invest in my business. I can do a nonprofit, whatever. But I also, too, want our community to be aware that that's going to increase the amount of people going into it now, increase the push. And I love sports, but I also think that we put too much into our kids possibly going pro that we forget all the other intangibles our kids have, too. While your kid is a star athlete, let them know. This conversation I have with them is like, yo, you could be a coach too. So learn the game, learn the plays. Because why are we the most dominant ones in pro ball, but we ain't coaching? You know what I'm saying? We're the brains too, but we're never. I was talking to my wife about this yesterday about how whenever a white player make a good play, they're so smart. They're so this. When we do
high IQ.
Yeah, high IQ. Like we're just talented, meaning that we just have something that we didn't have to work for nothing.
Gifts.
No, like LeBron James, arguably the smartest basketball player we've ever seen. He studies the game. So I just want everybody out there that's on this pathway to understand you can become an agent too for NIL. Yep. You can become a coach. You get into ownership. You can become a trainer. There's a whole bunch of careers you can go into because the odds are not in our favor to go beyond D1. But I love this because it puts us in a good financial position. Get that bag and use it to invest in your family.
Or trick off if you, real shit. Or trick off if you want to. It's yours. You earned it. We will hope you do something positive with that shit, man. But once you get it, bro, live your life. Live your dreams.
Straight up.
Well, in this space of sports.
Space of sports.
We saw this 1v1 kicking off, right? We got Beasley against Lance Stevenson, right? Yeah. For $100K.
Boo.
Now, I remember maybe even almost a year ago now, Podcast P, listened to his pod, and Dimwitty was on there. And they were talking about
Say his name again.
Dimwitty.
Why you call the man Dim, bro?
That's his name.
Dinwiddie? D-I-N?
Din.
Like Dimwit?
He called the man Dimwitty, bro.
That's his name?
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
It's Dinwiddie, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh, okay, that dude.
Okay, Spencer, right?
How you think
Yeah.
Sorry.
You be shooting shots at me, bro. It's cool. See his bracelet, though? It's okay.
Yeah. It's getting a lot of money out here. And they were talking about like how to make the All-Star Weekend better, right? So this conversation has been happening for a minute. And he said no one would do it because now, as if I'm a star in the league and I'm getting cooked in this 1v1, as a brand, I lose value.
That's the problem.
Right? So when I see retired players or players kicked out of the league, whatever, right?
Washed up.
Big three players or whatever, hooping $400K, I think it's dope that you still have an opportunity to play, but also make some money with it, right? Then with that, after Beasley wins, he cooks Stevenson.
Cooks him.
He kind of throw out, I'll bust Melo ass. Now,
Melo don't play defense really, so I mean,
but Melo's a motherfucker who made his career on being a one-on-one player.
Yeah,
right?
he been retired.
Every accolade that you can get besides a championship in the ISO on the wing, that's him.
Yeah.
Right? So I would have Melo in that matchup. But I say all that to say, what's some hypothetical matchups y'all would like to see?
1-on-1?
1v1.
Can we first off say that, and not just being me, I don't think it ruins your legacy if you lose a one-on-one. I mean, for one, I think Beasley could still play pro ball. Like, I think probably Lance probably could too. Just they don't really want them. It's just whatever. Like the same thing with Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas still balling, but they don't want him for whatever reason.
Little guard?
Little guard, yep.
Good for him.
The thing about this is, it looks bad because we reduce basketball to an individual game. Like, bro, it's a team game.
Don't do that.
It's a team game, bro.
Don't do that, bro.
It's a team. Like,
don't do that. Chicago is a Michael Jordan. Don't do that. Is Mike your GOAT?
Yeah,
don't do it. You can't. Don't say. They make Mike a one-on-one guy, bro. So let's not do that. But
it's a combination. No,
it's Mike 6 rings, bro.
It's a combination because Jordan didn't start winning until he scaled back all the individualism and got people involved.
That man still shot all the ball.
He built Scotty up.
Let's stay focused, people.
He built Scotty up. Let's not even do that.
Let's stay focused.
Oh my Scotty came. I love you, Scotty. Scotty came in the league averaging like 7,
He was a rookie.
Jordan came in averaging 28,
shoot
bro.
All the ball with crackheads on his team. Jordan had the green light to shoot.
Why you letting him bait you in, man? Why did you let this happen, man?
All right, look,
man. 1v1.
I want to see Jordan versus Juanita. That's what I want to see.
Okay, that's good.
We know who won that, right? Juanita.
Jordan.
Yeah, that's the largest one lump sum divorce settlement ever. Juanita won.
He no longer has to
He's
deal
still
with it.
good. He's still good. So we talking hypothetical, like right people now, or just
okay.
any...
So like for me, I would want to see Rose and Ja Morant.
Okay.
That'd be good, bro.
That'd
I think
be
Rose
good.
is strong for him.
Yeah, I want to see Rose and Westbrook too in their prime. I always thought
that'd
that
be a better matchup.
Yeah, they both was like, I mean, Westbrook is a little wider, I think. But they had a similar style to me. I think Rose was a better team player overall, though.
I want to see Halliburton versus Wally Zerbiak because Zerbiak was talking shit. I want to see Halliburton cook his ass.
Zerbiak been talking? Wally?
That's terrible.
You remember that?
Yeah.
He talked Holly, go cook his ass. Go cook him.
I would want to see, just for all these motherfuckers that hate on LeBron and hate on Mike and love them both, let's 1v1.
Let them do it.
Let's 1v1.
Who you got?
Oh.
No, I got Mike.
No question.
I got LeBron, bro.
I got Mike.
I got LeBron.
Now we know different eras, right? So what time frame we even talking?
Their best, whatever their best year was. So Rose would be his MVP year, right?
That's a tough year right there,
Westbrook
bro.
would be his MVP year,
Which
right?
one? You only got one. You right.
Yeah.
My answer gonna be Jordan regardless. I just felt like I should ask that for Cleveland.
What does it look like for Steph and Kyrie?
I would want to see Steph versus AI more than anything because people always talk about put them two in the same category and say what one would do to the other and what one couldn't do to the other. I think low key though, I don't think they can guard each other. Period.
Yeah,
you got to raise the final score for that one.
Yeah, the tough thing is Steph could truly beat anybody. Not to say he better, but because going 3 versus a 2.
Yeah,
2 shots 6 versus 2 shots 4. That add up.
Give me Shaq versus Wilt.
Shaq.
I need Shaq versus Wilt, bro.
Yeah,
I got Shaq.
There's a lot of stories about how strong Wilt was, and Wilt was popping this shit before he got up out of there. But
yeah,
I have to see that one. I would choose Diesel. I would want to see that one.
Wilt was playing, and he can't help it. It ain't his fault, but he was playing against dudes who was 6'10", 200 pounds. Like Bill Russell was probably the second tallest dude, and he was, you know what I'm saying,
That's
real
fair,
right?
But comparatively, how big Shaq was, it'd be the equivalent of that Wilt to the 210 guy. Shaq was just that much bigger than everybody else. Pause.
I would like to see Kobe and T-Mac, seeing as how Kobe said that was his toughest
a lot of people say
defender.
That.
Why wouldn't we want to see Kobe and Mike then?
I would want to see that, but I think it's predictable.
Hold on. Please, you go next. Come on, because your face is stupid.
Okay, so for me, I wouldn't want to see that because I'm watching the same player.
And now let's see how special Mike's game was now.
See,
let's see how special
Mike comes out on top.
Let's see how special Kobe game was now. Let's see, because people get it wrong. Kobe didn't really play like Mike like that, bro. He got some of his moves. We remember the Mike that was losing.
You don't think so?
The Mike that was losing was bouncy as fuck.
Yeah, Kobe only had like a
Kobe
36.
never had that bounce.
He only had like a 36.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying what the fuck it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Mike versus Kobe so we can get a shot to
Kobe was obsessed though. Like Reggie Miller was saying in the interview that when they was playing in that 98 playoff series where they went 7 games, Kobe was hitting them up like, what was Jordan like? What was he doing with this? What was he doing with that? Like I don't know if he mimicked every aspect, which to me is why he can't be better, but he did a damn good job of it.
I think Kobe will get Mike, bro.
I mean, he might win one if you're playing like 5, 6,
It's just one.
What if I give y'all this last one here? Giannis and Kevin Durant.
KD. Giannis just want to bully you, bro.
That's why I'm going to go Giannis, bro. Because KD chest, I'm just saying.
But Giannis a good, like, he get the ball run full court. We've signed half court.
Yeah, it's half court. and game to 11.
Who's better defender between KD and Giannis? Because they still got to play defense, too.
Giannis.
And Giannis can get to the bucket. If it's half court, I mean, y'all didn't say no cap on the dribbles, did y'all? Y'all didn't say none of that. He can do the Barkley rule, boom, 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 pause, get to the bucket.
2 for 3 though.
David Stern versus Adam Silver. I want to see that.
Celebrity match? Like
no, I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul versus Scott Foster. I want to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's talk about some boxing matches. Straight up. Now, do y'all think though? So if we saying, because we probably gonna say Jordan is gonna beat everybody one-on-one.
Y'all say that.
Do y'all think that to be the greatest basketball player, you have to also be the greatest one-on-one player though?
No.
Because
basketball is about more than putting it in the basket. For some reason, we have glorified the scoring aspect of the game. Yeah. And yes, you do have to score more buckets than the other team to win the game, whether it's a team or it's 1v1, you know what I'm saying? But basketball, what made Magic Johnson famous? Passing, the assist, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made Dennis Rodman famous? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was Scotty. What was Scotty? Before Scotty became the elite scorer he was, or the efficient scorer he was, it was his defense, bro. Right. Joe Dumars out here on defense, you know. Even people out here like Lou Dort, making a name. Defense, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to it. That's why I say, man, when people play one-on-one, I don't just look at the scoring part of it. I look at everything they can do. Now, if he can put the ball in the basket, that's why I chose LeBron. He's shown you for 20, 21 years, he can put the ball in the basket, even when he didn't have a jump shot. Mike did too, though. He did too, but you know, it's other shit. I think if you're bigger, faster, stronger, you just might win. And people love, when people run out of excuses of why the person they fuck with is better, they say dumb shit like mentality, instinct, this, that. You know what I'm saying? I know people in real life that ain't scared of shit, but take ass whoopings. You see what I'm saying? So mentality and instinct don't mean shit to me. It's what you do when you actually fucking in there.
I'm gonna throw a oop to my boy Crim to my left. I want you to get in your bag, man. It's a lot going on. This is what I'm calling what happened on the corner this week. Mm-hmm. And I think we wouldn't be doing the platform a service if we didn't speak on the ICE raids in LA.
Yeah.
I would love to know your take, where you stand with that.
Man, I've been getting a lot of controversial responses, I would say. Now. You know, for me, normally it's somebody too that posts a lot of Black history, the content. I do also post political content because that connects to where we at right now. Whenever I get in something like this or reparations or I mention anything about a political party, folks be getting mad, bro. And it gets split down the middle. But that's how we have a dialogue and conversation. Yeah, that's how we grow as people. I feel like as Black folks, we should be aware of what's going on with that. I think we should care, have concern. I think we should be in solidarity. But of course, also, I don't think that means that we necessarily have to go out there and be protesting unless we want to. But I think we got so many things going on in our communities from 120. We always got something to work on because of the system. We got to be aware of it, though, because that has already impacted us. It has always impacted us, the way police raided our communities during the war on drugs and before then. To me, it's just keeping your eyes alert, because when I was telling people on my Instagram, like, yo, you know, our great leaders, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, they built those bridges. And they did, I mean, arguably like more than anybody has done in their lifetime for us in a shortened time frame. Fred Hampton was 21. We can't forget that.
Yeah.
Malcolm X and Dr. King were 30 9, bruh. That's crazy. They did all the work for us, but they also said have a globalist mindset. So it's not like be Pan-African is meaning understand what's going on in Burkina Faso, understand what's going on in Nigeria, because the same way they view them is the same way they view us. The borders are fictional. So
talk to them.
Like we to me, and I a lot of people have been saying, well, what about the anti-blackness and a lot?
Yep.
Yo, bro, like there's anti-blackness in a lot of different communities, man. You know what I'm saying? Ours included, right? My thing is, for one, I have organized with folks in the Latino community. I taught a lot of Latino students. I'm not even going to connect with anybody, period, unless you know where I stand politically and what that means if you're outside of my community. So I've seen what it looks like to be aligned with folks. That does not mean they don't have work to do. Everybody do, right? And that's their responsibility. I don't even connect with those people. And people will say, well, look, 50% voted for Trump, 50, and there's a 50% too that won't change, that we can see based on that at least, right? I'm just not down for keeping tally marks of when somebody spoke up for me or did something for me to measure their humanity. And for us to have had the largest civil rights movement outside marching in 2020, that means it consisted of other people outside of us. We only 13% here. You know what I'm saying? Like we had all types of different people. So all I'm saying is to my folks out there, continue to organize where we are. But let's not cheer for the assault and the demonization and dehumanization of another group of people. Solidarity don't always mean going out there to march and protest. Solidarity sometimes could just mean I see you and I hope the best and wish the best for you. And when you get that situated, let's see what we can do together. Bro, we can't win this. There's a reason why folks, when they started to go across these fictional racial lines to build solidarity, why they were viewed as a threat. When we talk about bringing down a system that oppresses us, it takes everybody to be on one accord. They created race to divide and conquer because when we came together, it was a threat to the system.
Understood. Very valid points, you know. I don't disagree with nothing you said. I mean, I wholly agree though. But I do remember in my lifetime, in my father's and mother's lifetime, all the people that have not helped, have not stood. And you're right, there are people that have. Several communities. I'm well-traveled. You are too. We are well-traveled, man. You go to different places, you can see how they look at you, you know. I also hate when people say, no, this is not even aimed at you. People say, well, they hate black folks, they have black folks. And somebody be like, well, black folks hate black folks too. You'll be like, Joe, dog, we not talking about that. We understand that. That's in-house. Right. We can clean it up. That's behind closed doors type shit that we should be doing. Yeah. And you're right. I'm not cheering for people to get hurt. Yeah. But when we let y'all know what the deal was, time and time again, our history with our blood, with our bodies in the street, with our vote, and y'all went the other way, how fucking long, how much longer, or how fucking long do I have to tell you what it is and stop ignoring what I'm telling you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now, when it's happening to you, what you want me to do? I told you 1,000 times. It's like when your parent tell a child, don't touch that stove. Don't look before you cross the street and you got to get your ass ran the fuck over or you burn your hand, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying for years, y'all be careful how y'all treat us. When I say us, I mean black Americans, I mean African Americans, whatever you want to call yourself, black people, black folk. Be careful. Be careful how you talk to us and treat us because guess what? When they done with us, when we get to a place where we are unbothered and we get to a place where they can't fuck with us no more, just because we don't care, we on some Zen shit, they coming to get y'all motherfucking ass. They going right to Pilsen. They going right to Little Village. They going right to Humboldt Park. They coming to get your motherfucking ass. And where is that now? Where is that now? Now you look at us like, why are you saying nothing? Sometimes your silence is worth more than how many other words you can put out there. The look in your eyes. We made eye contact with y'all via social media, every media outlet possible, newspapers, people that still read newspapers. Hey, don't do this in November. Don't you do it. Yeah. What the fuck y'all do? You know what I'm saying? Man, don't make me go off on that shit though, bro. That's what we here for. I'm not trying to say they deserve it, but sometimes what's better than a learned lesson? A ball lesson. Y'all got that.
They got a lot of work to do in that community because you got folks who are, so these are the people who are citizens who voted to technically say we want y'all to go grab our undocumented brothers and sisters and treat them this way and dehumanize them. They got a lot. I mean, because when I speak to schools, one of the biggest issues I got to address is Latinos using the N-word. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All the time.
Like, I'm going to middle school.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, so like it's also a respect for culture that they have to gain. It's for them being being within that Spanish caste system. They got issues with colorism too that they got to dissect and reflect on. And I'm saying all this to say that black folks, we understand, like, we got so much, the food apartheid, we got so much to be concerned about in our community. Yeah. We got to do what we got to do first.
So we should be quiet and not worry about them there, right?
No, I want to know if somebody coming down the block terrorizing somebody else. Because that lets me know.
That look like me or not like me.
No, because we got Afro-Latinos. Because even when we talk, because when we...
that's a buzz term that popped up real recently too, though. I look at that shit sideways too. Now it's cool to have some black in your, shit.
Right, exactly.
Goes to be black.
I did see several
what you see, dog?
Latina and Latino men and women speaking to their community about the black community, saying, look, y'all don't owe us nothing. Don't back. It's cool. We fucked up. We know. I've seen it. I'm like, okay, I get it. So I understand your point when you're saying like, nah, bro, we ain't got nothing to do with this. But I also understand like the humanized.
I'm just how many times we got to do this for y'all to understand what the fuck we have. If you want a blueprint of how to survive, how to come up, how to maintain, how to be efficient within yourself. Amidst all the turmoil going on, look at black folks' history, the shit that y'all steady try to erase out of history books, out of schools, off TV, all the positive images. Look at that shit throughout history. We've given y'all the blueprint over and over and over again. We've given the world swag, bro. We've given y'all shit over and over again. You keep shitting on us. Why can't we take a break? Why can't we get a 20-second timeout?
No, straight up.
Why can't we take a full timeout, bro?
Yeah, that's real. And a lot of Latino, excuse me, a lot of Latino folks got to get rid of this desire to be white, man. For a long time when they came here, they were classified as white. They ain't even have to check the Hispanic or whatever. So like that proximity will get you killed. Like that desire to be like them. If to your point, Bossy, like if you look at how we have voted historically, we have been the most progressive people in this country, the most democratic people. We are the reason why people can come here, be born, and automatically be a citizen. We're the reason, civil rights era, why people are able to come here in droves.
Preach.
Our movement got rid of the quota system. When we was here, they said black, Latino folks, Asian, anybody that wasn't white, you got a quota. We can't take no more, y'all. All the movements we had, people have been able to piggyback on. So yeah, like it is time for us. If we got to rest, we got to rest. But during our rest, we got to also be cognizant of what the next move is. Because through that rest, just as how we live here, y'all, there is no such thing as us being separate from somebody next to us. And that's why I think the point I'm trying to make to people is to understand solidarity don't mean be a soldier.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Solidarity don't mean I'm going in the front like, no. Solidarity means, bro, I need you to win. Much respect to you. Do your thing. Fight. Because I see them stopping them. Like, I'm seeing them stop black folks too, like, or dark-skinned Latinos just for no reason at all. I saw something in LA yesterday. They asked him, what hospital were you born in? What, bro?
That's crazy.
What hospital? So it's like, I need you to win that fight. Because while you fighting over there, then we can continue to galvanize and organize, and it helps us too. Weaken them, because it's a tournament, right? Weaken them, so by the time they come back,
it's a tournament.
Straight up though, man. But I think all in all, man, I think the thing that really needs to be said is like, we all hurt as people. We've been hurt. Let's keep our eye on the common enemy. And when I say enemy, I mean more so the mindset that is expressed from a lot of folks in power who are white. You know what I'm saying? Because we got some white folks who down for the cause too.
Right.
So like the common enemy is that mindset, that system. And the more we argue amongst each other, the more they're going to profit and divide us and do more.
Well, before we get out of here, I would like to know what you think liberation looks like in 2025.
Come on, hey, dog. That's a great question.
Man.
Did ChatGPT do that?
No, this is me.
My man Lamont do that, bro.
Hey, man, I knew who we had here today.
Come on, that's great, bro.
Had to be a little different.
That's fire, dog.
Wait, so let me, because we're on the eve of Juneteenth, you know what I'm saying?
We are.
And
it should be some body parts.
This will be out on Tuesday.
I like Juneteenth for the wrong reason, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. My sister be out here, bro. So come on now, represent.
Let me quote the great poet Meek Mill. When he said, "What's free? Free is when nobody else could tell us what to be." Let's pause right there, bro. I know that's just a hook. I know Jay-Z killed that song, but like, That means a lot right there.
Facts.
When nobody can tell us what to be. Liberation looks like we can determine our own destiny. Malcolm X always talks about a self-determination. So we are able to control what we're able to say, like, I want ownership in this. I want stake in this. And we have the resources and the might to do it without anybody obstructing us. I want people to really think about all the hell we've been through in our time here and beyond. And we have never said, let's get on one accord and start an all-out war against them for revenge. You know how like spiritually intact you got to be as a person to say, we want to come together and one accord despite what happened there and just build and be in harmony and be in unison. And y'all just keep trying to mess with that. That's like some psychotic nonsense, foolishness right there. So liberation for me is like being able to control that and understanding that the liberation they fought for then in 1865, bro, and even before then, because they was fighting since 1600 and beyond, that liberation is only as good as our willingness to re-secure it today. Because they rolling back all the stuff we fought back in the other Juneteenth movement in the 1960s. Dr. King called that the Negro Revolution in the 60s. We going through that right now. Bruh came in and pulled back everything. He trying to pull back Medicare, healthcare, Job Corps, all this, right? So we got to re-secure that so our kids can grow up and be able to determine their own destiny, bro, who they want to be.
I'm with that. I ain't got shit.
Yeah,
I'm liberated, bro. Yeah.
That's hard to follow.
Shout out to Meek Mill.
Y'all been liberated.
What else happened on the corner, man, before we get out of here? I told y'all maybe 4 to 6 episodes ago, so that'll be about a month and a half. What's this guy, Ashton Hall? Fucking fraud. I told y'all that shit was camera tricks. Bro, what was that? Camera fucking
That's
tricks.
funny, bro.
And then that shit went viral, and motherfuckers in the comments going in on us. Oh, you hating on the black man.
Yeah, they was hating us. They was hating us.
Why? It always is us. No, fam. I'm just calling it like I see it. Talk it like I be it. Walking my walk. Thug out orthopedic.
That was trash, bro.
Now you know who that is. Nori.
No, the old super trash.
Oh, Nori's in?
I'm glad you're doing the show now. Great.
Man, that's banned from TV, man. One of my favorite joints. So he
thugged out orthopedic.
Another influencer, Speedy.
That's trash.
Another influencer, Speedy, called him out and they raced and he cooked his ass.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. No camera tricks.
Yeah.
Right? I just want y'all to know that when people get behind this camera, they can be whoever they want to be.
Not us.
Not us at all.
You know what I'm
right? Don't come for people like, cool, you want to work out, cool, you build. I think that's dope. You built something from nothing. I think that's dope. But let's be real about it. You know what I'm saying? You racing against a dog. You're not. Okay? you look like you're sweating. You're not. You're sprayed with water. All right? You look like you're fast. You're not. Those are camera tricks. I know how to do that shit too.
Yeah.
We saw the whip he was driving, bro. We knew it was a sham then.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was out of control.
Is that the dude who was going through the morning routine?
Yeah. But what was his teammate to say, hey, dog, you've taken the scam far enough. You should not race this guy. You got your followers. The women love looking at you. The dudes hating on you. That's attention, whether it's good or bad. It's all traction. It's tracking to your page, bro. His team should have said something about something. Hey, I give him really credit for taking being in shape to another level.
Man, bro, like that whole little thing he got going on is just wild to me.
What was the crazy part about that to you? The routine.
Bro, like, what was the thing he did in the morning? Like, he had the tape, right? The tape. Bro, like, listen to your point, man. Some of these, it's just weird to me. Do what you do if that works for you. I just can't. The slow motion, man.
The slow motion is crazy.
The bionic man noise.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't get with it, bro. Like, get into a lifting competition or something, man. But, hey, I guess, hey.
You probably couldn't do it either, though.
What else you got going on, bro, before we get out of here? Anything we need to know about?
Well, no, I mean, just the education, bro. Like, I got a course. I don't advertise it a lot, but I do have a course for kids. I teach Black history to elementary school kids online. I call it the Black History Book Club. I've been doing it for a few years now, and I think it's just more important for me to now elevate that now, just because with this dude in office, I think we're able to see how serious these attacks are. And I just want parents in our community to know that truthfully, man, like, we can't depend on them to teach us who we are. That starts at home. Like, a lot of my book talks about what my parents did. And if you all reflect on who you all have come to be, your level of consciousness and what you know, a lot of that's gonna come from parents in the community. So we taking that back, man. I'm doing that. I'm educating every day on my platform, and I'm just gonna see where that takes me, man. So we doing it.
And where can they find the book at exactly?
Yeah, so I'm gonna shout out the Black Bookstore. So you're gonna go to you can do semicolon, you can do call and response shy, you can do the book joint, that's DA, the book joint, hit them up. Those are Black women owned stores. Other than that, it's on every other platform. You know, I prefer don't do Amazon. Barnes & Noble is there. You know what I'm saying? Go to my website, ernestcrim.com.
What happened to the third part, bro?
The third?
I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching your ass, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He exposing me now. I can't put that in the website.
And you know what? Last time we talked about the first edition, I said I wanted the audio book. Do we have audio book?
Oh, I'm glad you said that, bro, because my publisher did hit me up and they said it's selling well to the point where they will be investing in an audio book version. Now. And that's dope for me because I don't have to do anything with it. They take care of all of that. I gotta make sure gotta make sure they got a good voice, man. Like it just
who would you choose? If you could choose.
Got to choose James Earl.
Guy, girl, first of all.
It's gonna be. I mean,
yeah. Now you can be a sexist now.
Or Denzel. I think Denzel look cute.
No, yeah, because bro, it's the story. It reads from my mind, my perspective. So it'll have to be.
So this is who you sound like in your head. Come out.
I mean,
really.
First thought come to mind. Narration is Morgan Freeman, but I don't really want that. It's just the first thought that comes to mind.
About Chris Brown. No.
Hey, Common. That's what we're gonna do.
Hey,
let's go, Lonnie.
Hey, this is episode 255, man. We out. If you ain't like this one, pick another one.
You got a voice in mind?
Man, I never really, because my idea was I was independent with it, so it was like, I'll do it, but that's too much time. And you know, being in the studio, they're going to be like, oh no, you got to read it like this. So I just want to make sure